Hello, Mr. Mobang. I'm doing good. How about you, Tim? I've been working on my camper today, trying to get it ready to go out there if I make it. I wound up putting my sister in the hospital today for COVID, I think. I know that feeling. Well, you work days or nights, Tim? Yeah, she's not in very good health anyway, Mobang. She got Alzheimer's. It's sort of hard to tell how she. Okay. Well, I started something today. Hello, Sean. I got to thinking about driving out there to Quartzsite, and I've got a pickup with a camper shell on it. I started throwing me a little camping deal up in the back of that pickup. I might bring it instead of bringing a trailer. Hello, Ashley. How you doing? Well, are y'all all having a pretty good day? No, I haven't even left yet. It'd be next week if I go, Ashley. Yeah, I heard it broke down, but I didn't know what happened. Hello, Kenny. Well, that don't hurt every once in a while. No, Tim, he didn't say much about what happened to that car. He just said it was on the side of the road and it was leaking oil, uh, and that he tow truck was picking him up. That's all the information I had. Got to do that every once in a while, Sean. I don't drink very much anymore. They, yeah, ain't no telling. It's bound to have done something for him to caught it, but it was looking like it was leaking on an exhaust pipe, so it might have started smoking. Oh, really? I didn't. What are they telling him, Mobile? Can y'all hear my dog snoring? Hmm. Well, I wonder what happened that he stopped. I don't even know what he's driving. I think it's an SUV, I believe. Huh. Yeah, yeah. Nowadays it's hard to get vehicles worked on, and it's not cheap. He may wind up renting him a car. Of course, he got his travel trailer he's pulling too, doesn't he? Hmm. That's unusual. No, they're usually pretty tough. They're usually good for 200 or 300,000. Of course, things happen. You can always get a lemon. Yeah, I'd like to. If the engine's blown, it shouldn't be running at all. It's just a hose, yeah. That I'd like to know how come he pulled over the side of the road. Mm-hmm. That's bad when you get away from home and break down like that. Hmm. Yeah, that could be anything. That could be an injector. You get one of them injectors goes bad, it'll pour that white smoke out of there. Yeah, he may wind up having to get that thing towed to someplace. Got to tow to the dealership. They know what they're talking about, not a local. Yeah, I do too. I blew an injector pump on a diesel pickup out in wasn't too far from Quartzsite. It shouldn't, but if he run it for long enough and that injector, if they're leaking in the right place, right off that fuel rail, they can fill a damn pan full of gasoline. I've seen that happen. I had that happen on a Ford too. Got to all of a sudden, all the oil went to the radiator, and It started running hot. When I popped that cap, it was straight oil in that radio. John, I used to be a pretty good mechanic, but not anymore. They've got too complicated for me now. Hell, if it made some noise, no telling. They're so damn complicated. No, a loud bang could be anything. Hello, Miss Amy. How you doing? Yeah, I've got 145,000 on this Silverado pickup of mine, and I think about trading it off, but it still runs good. I may just drive it until it blows up. You know, something goes wrong with it. Man. It costs more than it's worth fixing. These old vehicles last pretty good now. Seems like. Yeah. Amy, you just getting off work, or do you work today? Okay. Are you feeling better? You about to get over all your mess? John, where are you at? That's well, you had a round of it anyway. All right. You're in that cold country. Be bad down here this weekend. I think they said chill factor like 20. What are they calling for up there, Amy? Is it supposed to get bad this weekend? And you had temps like we've got down here, you'd think you had a heat wave going on. Wow, that's not bad. Okay, Tim, you have a good night, man. Appreciate you coming in. That is pretty warm for this time of year up there. Anybody wants to come up, we'll come. I get it. Crazy dog of mine snowing up a storm. You get 1 or 2 days off. Amy, I'm talking about in a row. Okay. Now, I still like about another week before I'll head to Quartzsite if I get to go. If I get everything works out and I get to go, it'd be the 20th. Are you going, Ashley? Hey, Kenny's supposed to leave 17th, I think. Something like that. Hmm. Where are you at located, Ashley? West Virginia. Pretty country up in there, if I remember right. Hell, I've had some folks got put in the hospital today. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it. We'll have to wait and see. Kenny, you still in here? Hello, Miss Janet. How you doing? Yeah, and money can get tight sometimes. I used to fly a lot. I don't care much about it. Well, sure, darling. Pop up. You want me to post it again, or you want to go up and get it? There's the man. We were just talking about you and wondering how everything was going.
Okay, I think I'm right. I got trigger happy with my mouse and I shut down a window. How's everyone been?
Do what? No, sorry, I didn't hear you.
I say, how has everyone been?
Well, we was just trying to find out about Nate here, if he found out anything about his vehicle.
Poor Nate. Yeah. No, I think from his live today, he said that he won't know until tomorrow at the earliest before they can even look at it. Unless he's heard something by phone or whatever. But hope it all turns out okay for you, Nate.
Yeah,
Just a setback, temporary. You'll get there.
yeah, he still got a few days. If he don't, I'll wave at him when I go by. That'd be cold blooded.
Mm. Yeah. Hang on to the bright side of it, Nate. You'll be right.
Are you in a pretty good? Are you in a pretty good sized town, Nate? Well, how you been doing today, Janet? Staying out of trouble?
Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah, haven't been doing such a lot. Still stinking hot here. But they're forecasting storms tonight, but I don't know just who's going to get them. But yeah, it's been steamy. I was just looking at the cloud to see what sort of cloud buildup we got. But yeah, but yeah, no, they were saying thunderstorms and what have you. As long as the lightning goes easy, because that sparks off fires.
Yeah, we get the thunderstorms, what they call dry lightning, where it's not a no rain. It's just lightning, heat lightning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a lot closer to you, wouldn't it, Ashley? When Kenny has a meetup. Well, I haven't been in Quartzsite in 3 or 4 years now, and I was sort of wanting to go back even before they talked about having this meetup. There's a few things out there I'd like to look at. I may have to may make a flying trip. I don't know. Hell, that's good. You didn't get a long ways today, then, did you, Nate?
I don't know how I did that, but I've got. There. I've got so many windows open, I don't know how I did it. Crikeys. Anyway, I'm now, hang on, I've got to get out of, back to StreamYard. Now we're cooking.
Yeah, it's echoing just a little bit. It wasn't echoing like it normally does. It just sounded like you had an echo in the room.
No, it should be okay because it's the volume's turned off on the YouTube side, so should be good.
Well, it's not bad. It just sounds like when you're talking, you're in a basement or something. You know.
Oh, it could be the garage. I'm under a wrought iron roof, and although it's 9 1/4 square, so yeah, it's my outdoor. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just heard me then.
They,
I'll just shut down YouTube. Just see if that makes any difference. I shut it down altogether now.
it's not bad. I mean, I can still understand you and everything. You're not getting an echo like somebody's got a StreamYard over. Not
Yeah.
like it sounds like it bouncing off the walls a little bit.
Yeah, well, that it could be. Yeah, although it hasn't before. When I've been on Paula's or V's or whoever else is, no one else is. I haven't heard it before. This is the first time. But Kenny was echoing too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
For some reason. Yeah.
Well, what do they do? Take you out of your padded cell and put you in just a plain wall one?
Yeah. No. No, the roof's creaking a bit. There must have been a cool breeze go over it. Oh God, it's getting hot. It's steamy today.
Well, it's supposed to get bad here this weekend, from what I understand. It's supposed to be like a 20-mile-an-hour wind, and chill factor is supposed to be about 20. I hate that wind.
Yeah, the north winds are the worst. I've got evaporative air on the house, and the north winds just give it hell. You may as well just blow hot air on yourself because it just evaporates the water on the pads before they even have a chance to blow cool air through them.
Oh, actually, I'm in Texas. Well, I saw on Nomac's deal that he caught up with Paula.
Oh, did he? Yeah. I haven't seen that yet.
She acts like she's having a blast.
Yeah. How good for her. Do her good. Yeah. Get her over her fear of that Ambo, that's for sure. I think she's past that now.
Well, it's like I told her. No, actually, I'm from Texas, right in the middle of Texas, Waco, Texas. That's gonna be the only trouble with me bringing my dog with me out there, because he thinks that I lost my train of thought.
Your little dog thinks he's
Oh,
what?
he thinks everybody's supposed to love him. You know, he'd be jumping on people and trying to play and run, and he don't have but two speeds. He's either wide open or sleeping.
Yeah, yeah, but that's puppy, and any puppies like that though.
I tell you what, this one's worse than normal. I
Yeah,
never have seen a dog geared up like he is.
yeah, it's when they start chewing on you that you complain. Their teeth are like needles.
Oop, I didn't see Kenny down there.
Howdy.
Hey, hello, Mr. Kenny. I didn't. How long you been down there?
Oh, I hadn't been down there long, just a couple seconds or so.
Say, Ashley, I'm about 190 miles from Houston.
Howdy, Janice.
G'day, Kenny. How are you?
Oh, doing just fine and dandy. If I was any better, I couldn't. If I was any better, I couldn't stand myself.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Boy, it was a pretty day here today. It was like 70 something degrees, 73, 74. No wind. I can take some more of that. I don't like cold weather. Actually, they'll have another meet up here in Texas, probably this coming year, but I don't know where to be.
Hey, Dad, you need to turn that down a little bit.
I'm trying to work out how I can share a couple of photos with you just to show you some. Hang on, I need to.
You're coming.
I need to resize them a bit for you.
You're coming to my meetup, Ashley? I hadn't even got one scheduled yet.
She's in West.
I'll say that no, because I'm supposed to be heading out this weekend. Heading out Sunday. Keep that snow away from here. At least until I get into Arizona.
Oh, hell, it might snow in the desert, Kenny. You can't never tell.
Well, I was really surprised. I was really surprised that they told me that it gets cold down. It gets cold like 30 and 30, 40s at night.
Oh yeah, any desert's like that usually.
Yeah.
It's cold at night, burning up in the daytime.
Hmm.
I guarantee you'll have a jacket on tonight.
Yeah. Well, I've got my suitcase packed and stuff. I just need to pack my technology.
Now, how are we doing this? I've got you wanting to come into the room again, Janet.
It's a picture. Just pull it up.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That's Wangi Falls in Northern Territory. I just thought that's up the top end of Australia. And the bonus there is there was no crocodiles in that lagoon. All right, I'll take it back out again for you, Ron. And
Yeah, that's it. Australia, like Texas, you got every kind of terrain there is. You know,
what else have we got here?
it's just about a rainforest over there in places, isn't it?
Yeah, they're mostly up the top end. You got all your rainforests because you're up, closer up towards the equator, and you get the monsoonal weathers and what have you. Hang on, I've got to resize this damn thing too for you.
Oh, Miss Tracy, how you doing?
This one was interesting. Hang on, I'm just bringing it up.
Damn, that whiskey a little too stout. Skinny?
Oh, I was just drinking my last drink of coffee, my last sip of coffee.
There's another one, Ron. This is up at Geeky Gorge, up in the top end of Western Australia. And Geeky Gorge, that rock you're looking at dates back to the Devonian period in prehistory. And because it was all inland sea, in those days too. And that was just part of the bedrock underwater. But and of course you got the Johnson freshwater crocs in there, but they're smaller than a human, so they generally they won't come near.
Hello, Miss V. How you doing tonight?
Hey, V.
That's some pretty stuff.
Do you want me to stop, Ron? I won't bring up any more if you don't want them.
No, that's fine. There's a couple more up there.
All right, hang on. I'll go and hunt for some more.
Ashley, I know Box Bandee said that she's going to go live at her regular time on Sunday at the meetup or whatever. And she's also going to go, I'm assuming she'll probably go live the same, and there'll probably be a couple others going live, probably, I'm sure. I know Glorious Life on Wheels will probably go live, and Lady Bug Out, and I know I'm supposed to be getting on with Fifth Expedition on Wednesday at the same time. I'm out there at Quartzsite, but I don't know how good my internet connection is going to be. So,
I think the only thing they said about that was after about 9 o'clock, everybody had to turn the cameras off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I'll be going live probably from my hotel, probably.
This photo was taken up in just out of Derby in Western Australia, which is again up in the top end. And it's called the prison boab tree. I think the boabs originally, they think that they arrived here. They either floated across the Indian Ocean or whatever, but they were native originally of Africa somewhere, I think. But they dot across the top end. But this thing, it's hollowed out inside. You can see somebody sitting in the middle of it. That was me.
Wow.
And honestly, you could have had about 20 people inside that Boab. That was just how big it was. And what the police used to do, if they had to go out and catch somebody out in the bush and bring them back, this was a staging area. And they'd put them in the tree and just stand guard at the tree, and of course they couldn't get out. But yeah. So it was just a staging area while they were in transit to bring them back to, probably by sea. Back, back to the main towns, whatever was, wherever they had to head back to, probably Perth or somewhere. But
That's wild looking.
it's the Boab. Yeah. But it's pretty amazing just how big it was inside. It had a sandy base and just naturally formed, and hollowed out. As I said, you could have had about 20 people in there comfortably. That's how big it was inside.
That's like in redwoods out in California. The big redwoods, old one, there's not many left, but they're huge like that.
Yeah, well, these aren't so much tall. They just bottle out in the base of them. I guess that's, it must be like a storage area for moisture and water. Because up in the, the sandy top end up there, I don't know. But yeah, they're a weird looking tree, but they're not excessively tall, but they just bowl out into, big bowls. Yeah. But anyway, that was just something else of interest.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that now.
Yeah. The Boab tree. Hang on, I'm just prowling me photos to see what else I've got. Hang on, I'll get out of that file, and there's some of my camping trips.
I never did go up the top of Australia very much, or Queensland, or I didn't ever get up in there. But, I was either out in the desert or can't think of the name of town now.
Yeah, well, these were certainly, top end. She's very remote country. Hang on, I've got to bring this one down size. It's up at wallpaper size.
Kenny, you think I need to trust Janice that far? She likely going to put nudes on there or something, knowing her.
No, don't panic. I won't do that. There you go. We're a little place called. We're outside of a little place called Ilfracombe. Oh, you haven't called it up yet. Yeah, and we're sitting at the caravan watching, just looking around and watching the day disappear. And that was just the sunset. I just like the silhouette with the trees and the sky through. But yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere. No, that was a dust bowl out there too. But it was good. Yeah, good country.
Funny the colors you can get in the sky. It's hard to catch them in a photograph. If you're going to go live, Ashley, about what time?
What time, Ashley?
Oh, she is actually speaking to me.
Yeah, she's speaking to you.
No, I'm Australian, Ashley. I live in Melbourne, in Victoria, in Australia. And Keith Urban, I don't know, he was a New South Welshman, I think, Sydney. Didn't he come from Sydney? Or maybe Queensland, I'm not sure.
I used to get in trouble all the time because the Australian accent, some people, and the New Zealand accent are a whole lot the same. And call somebody an Aussie or call somebody a Kiwi, and they weren't, boy, you could get spoke to right quick.
Well, we identify strongly with our own nations, but put it this way: the Kiwis and the Aussies have stood shoulder to shoulder in the same uniform, and we fought in World War One together. Yeah, yeah. They're called the Anzacs, which was the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, and yeah, there's not too many that like to take us on. Yeah.
Well, you know,
Even in the Second World War, Rommel was known to say, give him a contingent of Australians in that time, or diggers in those days, yeah, and he'd take on any army in the world because we routed him at Trabuc.
I had an invite to go to New Zealand a couple of times. I should have went. There was a guy that was taping a hunting show, archery hunting show, and they invited me to go on the deal. And I was just tied up right then and had a business I was running and didn't go. But that country is it's sort of like Australia. And so any kind of animal they bring in over there just goes crazy. They bring deer and red stag and stuff like that, and they just go wild.
Yeah, well, it's because we got no, you know, like our biggest apex predator is the dingo, and we've got nothing that can, you know, like take on a lot of the vermin that they bring in.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of predators here. You know, we got bears, mountain lions, bobcats, wolves,
wolves. Yeah. No, well, you know, like the feral cats and the foxes, and yeah, they decimated all. You know, well, put quite a few into extinction, or very close to extinction. Simply because they, you know, go after them, but you know they've got nothing to protect themselves against. But, no, probably the biggest animal here that we've got is, I guess, in height, it would be the emu, and I mean that stupid thing only runs.
They can do that.
Yeah. You ought to see him hitting the barbed wire fence doing about 30 mile an hour. All it is just a puff of feathers. Yeah. But, yeah, that and the cassowary, which is not far behind an emu, and probably the red kangaroo. They're the only thing in stature that's of any height, but none of them are carnivores. They're all herbivores.
Well, you know, the emus, that they had that deal going here in the States, you know, where they get rich quick scheme with the emus here a few years ago. And now you can't give one away. And a lot of people just turned them loose here in Texas. So, you know, I'll be driving down the road and get damn emu running down the road beside you, you know. And,
oh, yeah, they can really motor too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
we got on a horse one time and tried to rope one of them damn things. Now, you can't do that.
You would have broke its neck. Yeah. But their chicks amaze me. Yeah, because they're sort of mottledy, spotted colour. Yeah, to blend in. Yeah, because they're only little. And and it's not until they get into more the adult size that they change to the the plumage that they've got. But they're not like an ostrich. They're curious damn things. We were camped out. Oh, God, we're out in hell and back, wherever the hell we were. I don't even remember now. But I mean, it's put it this way, it would have been like Paula's place. You know, you could see your dog run for 3 days and, you know, he'd still be going. But we had the camp chairs out around the van, and we'd only just pulled in overnight because it was getting dark, so we got off the road. And anyway, through the night, we could hear this rattling around, and the chairs were getting moved, and I thought, what the hell's going on? Anyway, we went out, and here's these bloody emus trying to knock off our chairs. It's unreal. But yeah, you wouldn't want to cross one because they'll try and gut you. They're they'll
From a little bit I've seen
curious. Sorry.
The ostriches are pretty tough too, seem like.
Yeah.
Fighting something.
Yeah, I think that the ostrich is more showy in its feathering. Hang on, I'm just trying to dig up something else here now. Yeah, it's very slow. Oh, here we go. See if I can pick up a. Now, what do we got?
Actually, a black panther is real unusual. I've seen some mountain lions, but I never have seen a black panther.
I don't think I've ever seen one either.
I was just trying to see if I had a picture of an emu for you to show you. Oh, here we go. Don't save it. Hang on, I might have to actually enlarge this one. There you go. Now let's see if we can show you here. It's got its young'uns with it. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got a little baby.
Yeah.
I know we had one on that air lease of ours, and we tried to kill it. We never could get close enough to him to kill him.
No. Yeah, well, the emu lays quite a large egg, usually sort of greenish black in colour, and the Aboriginals use them too for their artwork and things like that. Yeah, empty them out and use them for their artwork. Actually, hang on, I'll stop sharing that one. Just hold the fort a second and I'll go and show you something that might be.
All right. Kenny, you getting ready to go?
Well, my suitcase is already packed. The only thing I got to pack now is my technology, my 2 tablets, phone, and a PC.
What I mean, though, are you getting excited about going?
Yeah, I am, but after what somebody told me today, I'm kind of leery about not being able to go because of snow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aboriginal artwork. And I'm pretty sure that is a boab nut.
Boy, that's neat.
Yeah.
I know I've seen the ostrich eggs before, but they're more round. They're like a king size chicken egg. Somebody did some nice work on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Aboriginal artwork.
Like that. That's neat. Now that is the emu egg here, or
No. I'm pretty sure this is a nut off a boab tree.
oh, okay. I was fixing to say that's a weird shape.
It's like a seed pod. You can hear it. Yeah. This one's been emptied out. It's got a hole in it, but this one hasn't been opened, so the seeds are still in it.
That's neat.
Yeah. Oh, I these would have to be. Oh, gee, this goes back before my trek around Australia. So this would have to go back to probably the early 70s, probably 1970. I think we've had these for. Yeah, God, 50, almost 52 years. Eek.
I know they sneak away. I still think I ought to be about
Yeah.
25, but boy, I ain't no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you what, it's funny how time does. People, when I was younger, somebody would say something about something that happened 20 years ago, and I think, God almighty, that's a lifetime now.
Yeah.
Now, somebody say something, and I'll think about, hell, that was 50 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when I think about it, it was 1988 when I drove around Australia. I was on the road for 3.5 months pulling a caravan. But 1988, that's how long ago it was. Crikeys.
Well, the caravans or travel trailers, um, they're pretty popular over there. What they call people that do it full time, graybeards or something like that.
Yeah, grey nomads.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not only retired people. I mean, mostly they're the ones that can usually afford it because, I mean, you look at a caravan these days, you're looking at nothing short of about 80,000, and that's only probably only just a double berth, maybe not, but I'd say probably easy 80, probably 80,000 plus, depending on how big a rig you want to get, and whether it be single or a tandem axle. And then, of course, you've got your vehicle to pull it. So, you're looking at another 70, 80,000 there, for a decent vehicle to pull. And if you want to get off road, and you've got your off road van and your vehicle set up for off road, well, keep adding the dollars because you're looking at your solar and your everything else that goes with it. I mean, they're all rigged up these days with it all ready on board, but of course you pay for it.
Well, here in the States, sometimes you can, probably not now, but up until a year or so ago, you could still find a cheap travel trailer that was like $13,000-14,000, and but they go from 13,000-14,000 up to 3 or 4 million. You just spend what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the second-hand market. Well, the sort of the prices. That was the to buy new. Yeah. Yeah, it's not cheap. And then, of course, you've got your fuel costs on top, your running costs. And it's like if you, unless you, do your off-roading and, like you're set up with solar or generator or, whatever you're taking with you so that you don't need to go into van parks for power. Like even the van parks, most of them won't accept pets, so you're limited there. And I mean I don't know what the going rate is if for a stay in van parks these days. It's not prohibitively expensive, but it all adds up.
Well, it's if you buy new over here, and now around 20 grand probably getting on the bottom end of it now. This year, the trailers, they've just went through the roof. I've got a little trailer they call a casita. I guess I need to sell it. When I bought it, I paid $19,000 for it, and it was 2113. And right now, I could get 25,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much they've gone up? And of course, that trailer's got a 1 year waiting list on it. You order one and put a deposit down, it'd be a year before you can get it. They're good traders, but they're small.
Yeah, It's not cheap to get into, that's for sure. But that's why most of the grey nomads, as we call them here, they're burning up the kids' inheritance. They sell the home and they hit the road, and they just keep going. And and why not? They've paid for it, they've worked for it. Good on them. But I know when I travelled around, we struck a lot of people, younger crowds, and actually one couple, and they had kids. They were doing homeschooling, with the kids, and the mother was a nurse, and the father was he was a refrigerator guy, doing refrigeration repairs. Well, that's in demand up north, and they worked their way around. Yeah, they'd pull into wherever they wanted to stop off, and she'd pick up a few days' work as a part-time nursing, and she was a fully qualified triage nurse. So, and surgery nurse. So she could get a job anywhere. And and he was picking up jobs. God, they were even stopping him on the side of the road at times. He'd get him to repair or to regas refrigerators or anything. But he was fully equipped with everything, and they were going on the road. They were going to be at least 12 months on the road. So, but we were going from east to west, and they were coming from west to east, so we passed them.
Oh, I've got a friend of mine that's a bartender, and his wife's a wait, or girlfriend's a waitress, and they come back to state, get down in Arizona in the wintertime, and they'll spend 5 or 6 months here. Then they'll go back to Alaska. They've got a little small travel trailer. They'll go back to Alaska, and he told me, he said, being a good bartender, said you can get a job anywhere.
Yeah.
Said it pays pretty good, And then she could too. A good waitress can make good money if they're really good at it. And but that's what they do. They travel from Arizona to Alaska every year, spend 3 or 4 months up there, 5 months, and then come back to state, start over. But they'll make enough money in Alaska in that 3 or 4 months to take them the whole year if they want to. They don't have to do.
Yeah, well, back in '88, I was still working, and I had my long service leave, so I had 3 months long service leave, and I took about 20 days leave without pay added onto it. So I was on the road for 3.5 months. But great. I've circumnavigated pretty much all of Australia. So
Yeah, that's neat. Kenny, you were saying what did you hear that you're worried about you can't go?
It's supposed to get bad with snow and ice. Here and in North Carolina. I think somebody told me we're supposed to get here in Tennessee. We're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches. maybe up to 8 inches, and 6 to 8 or more in North Carolina. It's supposed to turn to solid ice.
Ooh. Well, do y'all have the snow plows and stuff up there and the trucks and stuff to sand the highway?
We are the last ones that they even put salt on because we're secondary roads.
Well, you know, that's the bad part about Texas. We had all that storm last year. Well, we had these people down here don't know what a damn snowplow is, you know, and they'll go in and sand the bridges. That's about all they'll do. And
What's it?
That's Melbourne. That's the Yarra River. Yeah, Melbourne City.
that's a big old town.
Now, I live about 10 miles as the crow flies north of Melbourne City.
How many people in Melbourne? Do you know?
If I know. I don't know what. Yeah, most of them working from home now. They can't get them back in after COVID. Yeah, but no, I honestly don't know. So there's a lot of residential places in, high-rise residentials in around the Docklands and places like that too. So, you've got quite a few people residing in there as well as working. But yeah, I worked in Melbourne for 20 years. You don't get that long for murder. So I was glad to get out of there, to be honest with you. But it's an easy city to navigate. It's virtually a rectangle. It's the streets run parallel, southeast and northeast and southwest. Hang on, I'll get this right. North, south, west. Yeah. So it's pretty easy to navigate. Yeah, I don't know why this is echoing. It's weird. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. And I hope that straightens up, Kenny. Yes.
Yeah,
Snow is not bad. I mean, you can handle it.
Dad won't go out in the snow at all. Period. Because we had a bad experience a couple years ago. We thought we could make it, and they plainly told us on the news back when I had cable to do not go out unless we absolutely had to. Well, I was gonna go to the pharmacy, get some medicine, and I thought we could make it in time, but for the we did a 180 right out here on the off the exit ramp and right there in front of Wendy's and it was back when we had a 90 model F-150 pickup truck back then. It'd been about 3 or 4 years now, maybe a little longer than that now, but yeah, and that was the last time I started. When they say don't go out, I don't go out. I learned my lesson that way. I learned the hard way.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I don't mind driving on snow, but when it turns that ice, now that's when it's bad.
We actually had to call the tow truck to come and get us. Well, we didn't go in no ditch. I mean, it was right there at the edge of the, and we wasn't going to try to, because it flipped us back around to come back to the house.
Well, pickup's the worst thing in the world to drive in snow on, or ice, because they don't have any way to back in. It'll get away from you right
Well,
quick.
I know, but I still wouldn't want to take a chance after that. Unless I was telling Dad, I kind of wish we had one that was 4-wheel drive, and we could go a lot easier, you know.
A lot of the time, that 4-wheel drive would just get you deeper in trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can't stop any better with a 4-wheel drive than you can a 2-wheel. Sometimes it'll get you in places, but if you go to having to stop, it's not any difference in it.
It'll just dig you in deeper.
Do what?
It'll dig you in deeper.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, black ice is bad now. That's the one thing I won't hardly drive on. But I like I say, I'll drive on snow or sleet. I don't mind that. But I won't get on that black ice.
We usually won't.
I don't even go out my driveway anymore.
We won't even go out our driveway hardly anymore
No.
when it snows.
Yeah,
But I'll pull in them RVs.
we could get black ice here too.
When I was pulling them RVs, well, we run all 48 states, you know. And I drove through some hellacious snowstorms. But again, the only time I ever got stopped, well, there was one time in Wyoming and the wind was blowing so bad, they'd take him snow plows and plow them passes, and the time they'd get 50 feet down the road, well, the wind would blow the snow back on the road. They shut that down for 3 days. And other than that, just that black ice. Now, it started hitting that black ice. Well, I'd pull off and sit there. I wasn't going to fight that. I've run 70 miles an hour on snow all day long. You know, if it's just snow. Texas, we have a hard time with it because if it snows here, normally it'll warm up above freezing the next day and then stay above freezing 2 or 3 hours and then go back down. Well, that just melts the top of the damn snow and then it freezes over again that night. And that's when it's slick. I mean, you can't even walk on it.
Yeah.
I think our worst, well, certainly for my part of the state anyway, you know, down in Victoria and that, I think our worst weather conditions are fog. I've driven through some pea supers of fogs, and yeah, that's and depends on which areas you are. It's normally up in the upper, you know, towards the upper reaches, and that where you'll get the black ice, because it's simply down, you know, closer down to sea level, and that we don't get that chill that, you know, that it freezes. About the worst we get is, you know, hail, and half the time it's melts as soon as it hits the ground. But you know, like, unless of course you get a freak hailstorm. I've got 9 sheets of laser light in my roof here in the garage, and we got pelted several years back by a weather, you know, a bad weather storm went through, and the ice was bigger than golf balls, and it just made Swiss cheese out of these laser lights here, and yeah, that was flooded us out.
You get that hail here in Texas.
It's
every 5 or 6 years they'll have a hailstorm come through,
Yeah,
and it'll be like baseball size,
yeah.
and you know it kills some people,
Oh, yeah.
kill cattle and everything else, you know.
Yeah, they cop it more so up further north, you know, where your atmosphere, you know, you get the cold meeting the warmer weather, and it's, yeah, you know, whatever the thermal layers are, and yeah, it creates the ice, and, you know, into big chunks, and down she comes. Yeah.
Have a good night.
And Tracy, you have
Good
a
night,
good
Tracy. Yeah.
Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, we're gonna shut this thing down too. I've got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go about 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna shut this one down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nate,
No, the weather. You
you
get
there?
severe weather. I mean, they're still getting heavy rains up in Queensland and that, and they've had severe floodings and you know I don't know whether there's been any loss of life. The last I heard, there was a young girl missing, and they had located her. The car she was in was washed away, but I know they're doing searchings there. But like down here, I seem to, even where I'm situated here, the storms either seem to go south of me, or to the north of me. And I might get the outskirts of it, but I seem to miss it. Touch wood.
Well, I'm sitting up on top of not a big hill, but a hill,
Yeah, I'm
and
on the hill too.
so you don't really have to worry about the flooding here. But now you drop off that hill and get down there bottom, that water liable to get 10 foot deep down there and real heavy. That's the only thing about Quartzsite. People are parking them damn gullies
The
out there,
waterways, yeah.
washes, and they don't realize what a thunderstorm can do 20 miles away.
Yeah,
Get a bad thunderstorm up in the mountains and you park one of those gullies, you're going to wind up in the Gulf of Mexico.
yeah. And you get no warning. Yeah.
Yeah. And it'd come up.
Especially if it's overnight or something like that, and all of a sudden they're floating.
I've seen it one time. It was in New Mexico. And I pulled up on them. It had a concrete bridge on it. I pulled up next to it, looking, and they had a rain gauge on it. I was trying to see what it was up to, and about that time I heard something, and that water come rolling down that wash, and it must have been 7 or 8 feet deep. It had trees, everything in the world in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's the
But it was-
debris that does the damage, because it comes through like a freight train. Yeah, and
But
it
it was
can pull down bridges and all.
the thing that was crazy about it. The water was gone in about 30 minutes. It stayed up
Really?
about 30 minutes. Yeah, and it was gone. And just it must have just been a storm up in the mountain. I was pretty close to the mountain. Nate, what I was going to ask you is, when you find out something on your truck tomorrow, post something up so we can just sort of keep up with you. Ooh,
Mm.
I got the yawn tonight.
Yeah, yeah. It's the last thing that you want to happen. Something happens to either your van or your vehicle, but it's the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
Yeah, it just happened.
That's right. Yeah. No worries, mate.
Okay. And I'll check the community. Have a good time tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you need any help or something, anything I can do, well, you got my phone number. I'm ways away. And you what, just talking about wildlife a while ago. Where I have got this home base for this trailer. There's deer within 20, 30 miles up here and wildlife. We got a little band of trees. And I was messing around the other day on that golf cart.
Have a good one, Sean S.
Yeah, you going to, Sean?
I think. I do believe.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey.
Sean.
Oh, she's talking to Nate. But I ran up on a bobcat and I followed him around for a minute. And then day before yesterday, I walked outside my trailer and looked up, and here come a big old doe coming across the field right next to it. And this guy that I rent this place from, he said he hadn't seen a deer on this place in 30 years. But it just, I don't know what that doe was doing over here. You don't never know when something's going to show up. The only kind of wildlife we got here that I worry about is there's a lot of copperheads right in here. And
You'll have to watch that little dog with them.
yeah, I keep that grass down short, but as curious as he is, he'd jump right in the middle of one. You know, maybe he'll get his chance.
Yeah, well, the only thing I've got to contend with here is all my birds, all the wild birds, and we've got I've got parks opposite and that, and all the different birds. They go through in waves, you know, like this month it might be the galahs. Next month, they'll push the galahs out and in come the corellas, and and of course you've got the rainbow lorikeets and all your other, the other run-of-the-mill type birds like sparrows and mudlarks and magpies and what have you. But just down the road here, the other side of the lake, you can always find a tiger snake. Yet they never come up the hill, which suits me fine. They're sort of down around the waterway there, and
I didn't know that. I didn't know that they hung around water.
Yeah, well, it's a food source. Yeah, they look at it as a food. Anyway, you see in the local paper every now and then, that they'll put out a warning. So there's half a dozen people have lost their cats. Yeah, because a cat will play. Yeah, they'll torment a snake, and a tiger doesn't take tormenting. He'll retaliate, and of course, one bite and good night, Irene.
We got one bird around here that I sure watch out for, and it's what they call a road runner. He will kill snakes, and we'll get on if somebody tries to kill one of them, we get all over.
Yeah, from what I understand, a road runner really buggers up the coyotes too, according to Warner Brothers anyway.
Yeah, well,
Bugs Bunny and the coyote and the road runner. Yeah.
Beep beep meow. I guess the best snake killers here, we've got 2 or 3 snakes that are kill poison snakes, and one of them is the indigo. It's about 12 foot long.
Yeah, well, a kookaburra will take on a small snake here, and kill it. Yeah. They grab hold of it. They just flick it and snap its neck or its back. Yeah.
But a copperhead is not real poison. Most of the time, if a dog gets bit on the face or the head or something, that they just give them Benadryl, and usually they get all right. But now, if I hit them in the ribs or in the side or something, a lot of the time it'll kill them.
Yeah.
Well, listen, folks, I'm fixing to shut this thing down. And I appreciate everybody coming up, and I hope y'all all have a good day tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, take it easy, everyone, and stay warm if it's cold outside, and stay cool if it's hot outside.
Thanks for having me, Mom.
All right.
Good
Bye,
night,
everyone.
All right, good night.
See you later. Bye-bye.